Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal Championship. No doubt, money match. Money matchup. Don't have a problem with the matchup. Have a problem with the rumors, which could end up being spoilers, is Seth Rollins walking out the Universal Champion. WTF. Like, why? Why? Like, of all the people, you choose Seth to dethrone Roman. Of all people, Seth Rollins. You have got to be joking. You have got to be joking. Like, that is the stupidest decision I have ever heard. It is plain stupid for Seth to do it. Because, like, you've tried this before with Seth. You did it with you did this with Brock. And what happened after he faced Brock? He went into a lame feud with Baron Corbin. Then got the title back, and then you built up a monster and screwed up that feud between Seth and The Fiend. Seth Rollins was no longer a credible champion. And now WWE is willing to go do this again for the third time, when clearly it's not the right decision. He doesn't need to win the championship. Like, I'm not understanding WWE's logic. Like, you had a multiple contenders that you could have built up to dethrone Roman. But what did WWE do? They let him go. Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Aleister Black. Like, those three alone. Hell, and if it came down to it, Buddy Murphy. But when it came down to it, what did you do? You let him go. All because you couldn't think of a good storyline to build this incredible talent up. If Keith Lee was still in the WWE, you could have built the story off their Survivor Series, the Survivor Series match they had with NXT. That is come full circle. And Keith Lee could have been the next star of the WWE. And they have one person that I believe should be the guy to do it, and that's Tommaso Ciampa. I would choose Tommaso Ciampa over Seth freaking Rollins any day. Why? Because he's someone fresh. He's new. He could benefit the most out of dethroning Roman he could have benefited the most out of this feud with Roman. And then have one or a couple more matches with Tommaso Ciampa just to get him built up more. And then you can move him on to someone else. Then you can move him on to Seth Rollins. I don't care. Point of the matter is, Seth should not be the guy to dethrone Roman. I mean, what would be the point for Roman? And then there's other rumors saying if Seth Rollins beats Roman, Roman's going to get thrown into the Royal Rumble match so he can go on to face Brock Lesnar and win the championship back. For what? For what? What logic is there in doing that? You take the championship off of Roman just to put another championship back on Roman? You may as well keep the championship on Roman. At this point, like, where's the logic in doing this at all? And then there's like others trying to put Seth and Becky and versus Edge and Beth. Not gonna lie, pretty good matchup. But for that to be in a championship match or whatever, no, stop. He's did that before, and what did it do? It did nothing. It literally did nothing. Like, come on, WWE, think. Instead of having multiple people trying to tell you this, and this, and this. My point is, what's the point of Seth winning the championship? He benefits nothing from this. If you're going to have someone dethrone Roman, let it be Tommaso Ciampa. He's new and he's fresh. He's new, he's fresh. He could benefit from it, from holding that championship. And better yet, it would make more sense to basically unite the titles. Unite the titles, unite the brands. Just in this freaking brand split. You got people coming from SmackDown to Raw and people from Raw coming to SmackDown. What's the point? And then you got one guy running both shows instead of two guys running different shows. Like, why? Why? Like, unite the brands. Unite the tag team division. Unite the women's division. For God's sakes, please, somebody do something about the women's division. For crying out loud. Jesus Christ. Unite the tag team division. Unite the women's division. That way, more the tag division can build back up. The women's division, in some way, praying it does, build back up. And then you have multiple guys that can go after the major championship. You could build up new tag teams for the women's division, new tag teams for the men's division. This opens up more challengers for the top championship, the mid-card championships, and the tag team championships. And if it was up to me in going into that route, I would have Roman and Seth have their match. Then by the end of it, Brock just comes into the match and costs Seth the Universal Championship. Because remember, Brock never got his payback for being screwed over at Crown Jewel. He never got his payback. So he had to settle for something else besides getting his revenge on Roman. Then have Brock issue an ultimatum. He'll put his championship on the line if Roman puts his on the line. At WrestleMania, they go title for title. Whoever wins is is the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Universal Champion. Or whatever you want to name the title. And then, in some miraculous way, Seth makes his way into that match. Basically, sneaking his way into that match. And you making a remnants of WrestleMania 31, where Seth Rollins came into that match and stole the championship from Roman. And then, when it's all said and done, Roman pins Seth, and it's kind of like a redemption for what happened at WrestleMania 31. He gets his payback for what happened at WrestleMania 31, and he is now the undisputed world champion. Then after that, if or when Drew comes back, have Drew be his first challenger. Have Drew be his first challenger, and then when it comes down to the final contender, have Tommaso Ciampa step up to the plate and challenge Roman, and then at SummerSlam, you have Tommaso Ciampa dethrone Roman. What's so hard about booking that? Like, please tell me, what is so hard about booking that scenario? It's a way better outcome than having Seth win the championship. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense for Seth to win the championship off of Roman. Like, come on now, WWE. Please make the right decision. Make the correct decision. Do not put the title back on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins can win the title, but don't do it at the expense of Roman. Like, I swear. And people, I know what people are gonna say. Oh, we're so tired of Roman. He's been champion for too long. Okay. So what? Yes, he's been champion for a long time, but whose fault do you think that is? It's WWE's. Why? Because they decided to do a massive firing and not build up any talent at all. You could have been building people up to match Roman and it would have been more beneficial to all the talent. You have credible people to challenge Roman now, and you have more superstars that people can get behind now. Mo- Correction. You have more credible people that people can get behind now to challenge Roman, and he won't be that guy to also hold up the brands. Because at this point, it's just Roman and Brock that are basically holding up WWE. When that should not be the case. You should have multiple guys building that have been built up to carry the WWE. You've always had you've from the main guy, in my opinion, in my view of how I've watched each era, the main guy has always had a support system. You've had that when there's one main guy, there's three guys to pick up the slack of wherever the main guy is missing. Examples: you had Hulk Hogan, and he had the Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, and Andre the Giant. Then you had Stone Cold, who had the Undertaker, Kane, and Triple H. Undertaker, Kane, and Shawn Michaels at that time. Well, yeah. Then you got The Rock, who had Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Stone Cold, who was still in the WWE at the time. Then you had John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge, and Batista. Those were your four guys. And when it came down to Roman, you dropped the ball somewhere. WWE dropped the ball, and they have no other guys supporting him. Like, literally, at this point in time, he is the only megastar. And why? I like Roman. I'm a Roman fan. He has been excellent. He grew on me when he was a face. He grew on me and he was a face. I continue to support him as a heel. They dropped the ball on building a support system for him. And now he's the only guy to carry the WWE. To help carry the WWE. When it shouldn't be the case. By the end of the day, Seth Rollins should not, and I absolutely mean this with a passion, should not dethrone Roman Reigns. If anyone is to dethrone Roman, it should be Tommaso Ciampa. Well, I thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to my rant. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Am I right about not having Seth win the championship? Or am I just one of those guys that's delusional and just saying whatever? But anyway, guys, Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you guys next time.